Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Greater Boston League Girls Soccer, Lynn Classical, entertaining Malden. Malden are the Golden Tornadoes, Classical of the Rams. Classical 12-0-3. Malden is 3-6, but records can be deceiving. Classical playing at Malden. They beat Malden, but they beat them 1-0. Olivia Donahue in net for Malden. Anna Flaherty in net for Lynn Classical. Thurman, Eric, Waterman, all getting a piece of the ball. They broke it up, but while they got it back, they chip it to the net. Easy play for Flaherty. And she'll boot it away. It was a little bit chilly during the day, but it's cold right now. Classical looking for a break. Warren trying to get there. She can't get there before Donahue does. They pushed it. Lauren Wilson going full speed ahead. But Donahue was able to come out and get it before she could get there. Nerrick looking for it. Nerrick banging around. Thurman gets it by. Stops. Looking to get by again. And it gets knocked out by Malden. We've been talking about the state tournament quite a bit. This is Classical is 12-0-3. And right now, they are ranked number 44. And only 32 teams make the tournament. They would have to have a play-in game or maybe a couple to try to move up to get into the top 32. And even then, they would probably be on the road, even though they're undefeated, because they changed this whole system all over the place. It used to be north, south, east, and west, and Classical would be in the north, would be, if not one, they'd certainly be in the top three. And they were getting one or two, maybe more home games, depending how many games had to be played. But now, even undefeated, and even if they get lucky and win a playoff game or two to get into the final 32, they would be on the road. And the road could be anywhere. It could be Cape Cod, it could be Sturbridge, it could be, North Dartmouth, out in Worcester. Because now it's not North playing against North teams. It would be the state playing against state teams. So a whole different ball of wax as far as the tournament is concerned. They just hit the official with the ball and knocked him down. And the ball gets tipped and knocked out. Classical is going to get a corner kick. And it'll be Eliza Correnti taking it from the far side. Mike Shenner's done a great job. His Classical team won the Greater Boston League. And Classical having a great year. The golf team won the Greater Boston League. The volleyball team went undefeated and won the Greater Boston League. Betty hooks it out front. Molly Manning got a head on it, deflected, and then Malden knocked it out. And now Corinthian will come from the far side to the near side. She's getting a workout running across field. She'll take the corner kick from the near side. Line drives it out in front. Knocked down. Malden clears it away. And it goes out of play. Glasgow will get the throw in. I think Tucker will take it. Shot to the side of the net. Out of play. I think that was Waterman with the shot. Glasgow heads it back. They tip it by, but they pushed it too far. Now it goes out off Glasgow into the Malden bench area. Glasgow down deep. And he'll get the throw in right in front of the Malden bench. And now they'll move it down a little bit further. And deflect it out. Everything is going Glasgow's way early. They're not getting any shots on net, but they're certainly getting opportunities. They'll get another corner kick. Corinthian will get to do it again. This one coming from the far side. Again, another huge night here at Manning Field, where the English boys lost to Everett in the first game. Glasgow playing here. Kip will come in for the next one. As he booted up, Thurman knocked it down. Can't get the shot off. Drops it back. Mannion hits it. Glasgow got a head on it. Malden trying to clear it. They do. Glasgow knocks it back. Nerrick trying to keep it in. Malden takes it away, knocks it deep. And he knocked it too deep. It's going to go out of play. Glasgow will make a substitution. Corinthian knocking it deep. Malden knocks it out of play, right to the Glasgow bench. Quickly in play. Malden breaks it up. Glasgow knocks it loose. And gets knocked out by Malden again. Pops straight up to the middle. Takes a big hop. They're trying to knock it deep. She knocked it too deep. Blocked. And Malden knocks it out. Wilson has it knocked away as she gets knocked down. And Classical gets knocked down again. They're letting them play. Malden knocks it out. Malden hasn't gotten the ball over midfield yet. Derek trying to walk in. Has to back up. Kicks it back. Waterman gives it to Tucker. Back to Nerrick in the middle. Looking for Thurman down the near side. It gets through. I'm not sure why they blew the whistle. I think that was inadvertent. She shouldn't have blown the whistle, the official. Thurman had the ball going down the near side, and now they're just going to drop it and let Classical kick it. I think that was an inadvertent whistle. Thurman was making a move. Waterman trying to make a move. Broken up nicely. Malden knocks it out. Molly Emanuel put in play after we make a substitution. Nerrick has it knocked away. And Malden coming down. Broken up by Mannion. This is Malden's deepest penetration. He threw it in the middle. It was a little bit behind Henry. Well, she might have had a good chance at a shot. Malden gets it deep again. Classical hustles and takes it away. And he pushed it way too far. Malden knocks it back. Upfield. Headed away. Popped up. Correnti knocks it deep. It skips past. Malden gets there. He just kept it in. Now Nerrick winds up with it. And Malden knocks it out. Medeiros has it bounce off her. Correnti tried to knock it up. She finally got to it, but before she could throw it up, Henry got a piece of the shot and blocked it. Now Classical knocks it deep. Trying to get it out in front. Knocked down, the shot got blocked. It's all Classical here, but they're not getting too many shots on net. Now it gets popped up, knocked away. Malden almost dribbling it to the near side. Taken away. Waterman with it. Her pass is knocked away. Correnti got a foot on it. Medeiros blocked it. A little too far ahead for Nerek, and now Malden knocks it out. Mandy will put it in play. Shot off the post, and then they couldn't get the rebound. It went off the post. It bounced, and it bounced high enough that they couldn't get their foot on it. Glasgow with another corner kick, but they'd rather have the goal. They got it to the net. It hit the post. It bounced out. Looked like Glasgow had an open net, but it bounced high enough that they couldn't get it. And Malden finally knocked it away. Now it gets deflected all the way to the near side. And Malden lost it. I don't know if the officials thought there were substitutes coming, but they're not. They're just standing around talking to Coach Senna. I got knocked out by Leah Angeline. Malden will get to kick it away. Malden's only had a couple for a very short time in the Glasgow end, and they didn't get anywhere near the net. Glasgow's been all around the net, including hitting that post. Knocked back by Nerek. Thurman trying to get it. Blocked. Glasgow will keep it in. Down that far side. Throwing it to the net way too far. And Glasgow couldn't save it. So Malden will get to kick it away. Angeline got a foot on it. Derek. Deflected and knocked away by the defense. Out in front, knocked away again. Glasgow with it. Knocking it to the net. Just turned around. It might have gone under the crossbar into the net. Donahue got two hands on it and knocked it out. And Corinthians will get another corner kick, this one coming from the near side. In front, they knock it home. I wish I could tell you who scored. They ripped it, cutting in front, got knocked down, got a foot on it, and knocked it in the back of the net. I've just been told. Cameraman at work. Mayor Papazoglou. The corner kick from Carenti. And Papazoglou cutting across. Just got a foot on it. She got knocked down. Her and the defender both went down as she got a foot on it. But she got enough of it to knock it into the net. So all those corner kicks finally pay off. Glasgow's all set to take it in. The official blew the whistle and said, no, it's the other way. Malden takes it in. Malden. Was it deflected? I think it was. I think Malden's going to get a corner kick. Halfway through and counting this first half. Second game of the day. There'll be a third coming up. Kip plays later. And I mean later. They were scheduled to start at 7. They won't be anywhere near 7 o'clock. There's a scattering of fans. Not a lot. It's a very cool night. Not a great night to be sitting out. They kick a ground ball off Malden. Glasgow kicks it a little bit further away. Carenti got a head on it, gets another head on it. Couldn't knock it away. And she finally gets it, knocks it upfield. And they pushed the pass too far. But Angeline gets it, gives it back to Tucker. Popped up. Knocked upfield. Glasgow keeps it alive. Malden took it away. Angeline took it back. They knock it deep. Donahue gets there before anybody could get there, and she'll kick it away. Bounces over everybody. Skips past everybody. Rolls up the back of Malden. They finally clear it up. Carenti broke it up and knocks it deep. Malden's going to let it go out of play. Glasgow missing one of their better players tonight, Mateo. They're waiting for the subs to get off the field. It went off a head and then off Malden. Went off Parker's head. Parker with it. Trying to center it. Went off the side of the foot. Off to the right and out of play. Malden lets it go out. Well off Dana. Parker looking for it, knocks it to the middle. Wilson gets there first, but then it knocked away from her. I think this is Lazo. Knocked away, knocked out. And Correnti will do her thing again. Corner kick coming from the far side. Out in front. And I think it was Thurman got a head on it and knocked it wide. Off Angeline. Malden breaks it up. Angeline gets it back. Malden breaks it up again. And it got knocked away by Mannion. Mannion steps in front, and they call Mannion for contact. See a little bit of a hip check, not much, didn't knock anybody down, but she made contact trying to get around to get a piece of the ball. Malden will get the free kick from inside the 40-yard line. They get it to the net. Flaherty, good look at it, made the basket catch, and she'll kick it away. She's been outstanding in net this year. She's got a few shutouts. For a while, Glasgow, for a long time, Glasgow did not give up a goal in the Greater Boston League. And the only goal they gave up was in the City Series, City Tournament against St. Mary's. They won the game in a shootout. The score was 2-1. It was 1-1 at the end of regulation. That's one of their three ties, because even though they won the game, the MIA only counts it as a tie during regular season. No overtimes. Malden quickly puts it in play. Glasgow tipped it. Malden took it away. Glasgow takes it away. Trying to knock it deep. Broken up. They avoid almost a tackle as they knock it deep. And Donahue will go get it. She'll kick it away. And he couldn't keep it in. It bounced off Dana, and she tried to go get it. Couldn't get it before it crossed the line. Now she gets a foot on it, keeps it in play. Knocked loose. Medeiros knocked it upfield. Malden takes it away. Eric knocks it away. Malden knocks it deep to the far side. It's going to go out of play. Bounces by everybody. Malden pops it up. Glasgow knocks it down. Tipped. Carenti will track it down. She's going to let it go out of play. It goes out off Malden. And Flaherty will get to kick it away. Glasgow with a rush. Knocking it deep. Dana just a little too far. She reached for it, got a foot on it, but couldn't control it. It went out of play. Nice try to pass from Thurman, looking for Dana breaking. One nothing Glasgow on top. Off a deflection off the corner kick by Mia Papazoglou. They knock it across. Malden takes it back. And Glasgow takes it away. They knock it deep. Carenti got a foot on it. Carenti again. There's two of them, obviously. Ava and Eliza, they both play defense, and they both play defense very well. Pop straight up in the air. And there's Carenti knocking it away. Everybody getting ahead on it. Dana, the last one. They snip it by, but couldn't control it. Medeiros pushed it, and she couldn't take it to the net. It was going out of play. She kept it in play. Malden finally knocked it out, and Carenti's going to get another corner kick. But Medeiros almost had a breakaway. But she couldn't quite control it, and she had to keep going to her right to try and get control. And finally wound up upfield, and Malden knocked it out. From the near corner, yet another corner kick for Glasgow. They've had a few. Carenti had a lot of practice for corner kicks. They drill it out in front. It went off her body, but deflected away from the net. All the way out past midfield. Malden with it. Great hustle by Nerrick to catch up and take it away. Malden takes it back. Skip past Glasgow. Knocked upfield. Pushing it up. Malden knocked it. That one into the stands and down the exit. Right through the exit spot. Right down the stairs. Wound up behind the stands on the other side. So you have to go all the way around to go get that ball. We haven't seen that before. We've seen it get kicked up in the seats, but not through the stairway leading behind the seats. Knocked away by Mannion. Derek picked it off. Haskell tipped it behind him, and not going to be able to go get it. It went out of play. It popped up, had a little bit of English on it. It hit the turf and bounced right back to Classical. And then it got knocked out by Classical. The delay was getting a soccer ball. Out. They missed on it. They tipped it to the middle. Nice job by Corinthian to pick off that pass. I think that was Aber, Corinthian. Glasgow will take the throw in. Off a body. They knock it deep. Glasgow pushes it to the near side. It bounced off. And it gets knocked out. Thurman very quickly with the throw and skip past Parker. Gets knocked deep. Carenti with it. Gives it to Nerrick. Trying to get it to the net. Broken up. Glasgow gets it. They take the shot, but they knock it wide left. Good effort. Couldn't really get a good shot. They knocked it down and then tried to chip it. And they chipped it wide left. As we got 3 minutes and counting left in this first half. 1-0 Glasgow. They've kind of dominated, especially territorial-wise, but they only have the one goal. Eric got a head on it. Man went to go get it. It wasn't Mannion. Yes, it was Mannion. She went to go get it. She missed it, then slipped, went down. They had to cover up for her defensively. Malden knocks it back upfield. And knocked out by Carenti. And that was Eliza. Glasgow let it go out of play. We're in the final 2 minutes and counting of this first half. 1-0 Glasgow. Malden hanging around. They've given Glasgow some chances. They hit the post once. A couple of almost. Now Carenti boots it away. And it's going to go out of play. I apologize. I've mentioned the goalie. Only mentioned one or two of them. All the players, almost impossible to pick up their numbers. They've got all white with very light gold numbers. And even when they're right down in front of me, almost impossible to pick up the numbers. As Malden knocks it out. Wilson knocked it by, but couldn't go get it. Mannion knocked it away. Nerrick gets it to the near side. Thurman trying to get around. Now she kicks it upfield. Off. Wilson deflected. And Malden's trying to let it go out of play. Little nudge on Wilson. It goes out of play, and the whistle blows, and that's the end of the first half. So Glasgow threw everything but the kitchen sink at Malden, but they only got one goal. The one goal, a perfect corner kick from Eliza Correnti. Sliding and get a foot on it was Maya Papazoglou, and that's the difference. Glasgow 1-0 over Malden at halftime. We're underway in the second half with Glasgow leading at 1-0. I got confused. I'm so used to seeing Amanda Tucker, back on defense, but she's not. It's Bullock back there. They both kind of look the same. Dana with it, trying to knock it deep. It skipped past. Coming out and smothering it is Donahue, and the defense just kept Parker away as she was trying to get a foot on it. Off a Glasgow head. And he tried to knock it deep. The defense knocks it away. Nerrick knocks it up. Parker looking for it. This is the kind of game you get nervous about. Glasgow has fairly dominated, territorial-wise, but they're only leading 1-0, so you get a little bit nervous because the least little mistake, all of a sudden, Malden's on the board, and it's a tie. They had to back it up. They looked like they might be able to take a shot, and they knocked it back. Now they knocked it back even further. Parker stepped in front, tipped it, couldn't control it. And now they get Parker for an inadvertent trip. She was reaching for the ball and got the girl's ankle. And here was Lauren Wilson helping the Malden player up. Eric knocks it away and knocks it away again. And Glasgow knocks it deep. It skips past everybody. And Malden will just knock it out. Dana very quickly puts it in play. Waterman gets around, trying to center it. They get by. They take the shot. Wilson took the shot. Donahue made the save. And Parker was sitting in her lap looking for a rebound. High shot kick. Bounces by everybody. Waterman got a foot on it. To the near side. Dana pushed it by. Nice job. Down the near side. And she threw it through. and Wilson couldn't get a piece of it. And when it went by Wilson, it just kept going and went out of play. Malden will get to kick it away. I mentioned this high school girls team, along with the boys team and boys and girls from English. It'll be Thanksgiving in October. This being Tuesday night, Thursday night, they'll be here with a doubleheader. I always mention, if you're going to win any games during the course of the season, you want to win the English classical game. And it's always like Thanksgiving, whatever month they're in. Classical went down, they didn't blow the whistle. They let that one go. And back checking takes it away. Popped up. Classical knocks it away. Skips past. Wilson had it, knocked away from her. Popped straight up. They knock it through. Flaherty will grab it and she'll kick it away. Waterman got a piece of it. Malden took it away and then Malden knocked it out. Glasgow will make a substitution. Papazoglu went off her foot. She's got the goal. That's the difference in the game. She just came in. Dana knocks it deep. Malden knocks it away. Dana knocks it back again. And it gets by. Papazoglu took it away. And Malden knocks it out. Glasgow will get a corner kick. I thought that was knocked out. I didn't think there was any question who knocked that out. But they're giving it to Malden. Down the far side. Looking to get around, pushed it a little too far. They're trying to get it down the corner so they could try and center it. Pushed it too far and then Malden knocked it out. And Malden will knock it out again. We're in the second half of this Greater Boston League shootout. Glasgow leading it 1-0. They got the goal in the first half. Malden really hasn't put any pressure on Anna Flaherty at all. Now here comes Glasgow. That didn't miss by much. Almost a perfect kick. It's going to go out of play. Almost a perfect kick. Coming down the near side, left-footed. It just went over the near post and the crossbar at the same time. And that was Papazoglou looking for her second goal. Picked off by Klaskell. Walking around again, they pushed it a little too far. Klaskell takes it back. Trying to take it to the middle. Broken up. Malden knocks it away. Carenti gets it to Nerek. Back to Carenti. Trying to knock it deep, it got blocked. Mannion knocks it up and knocks it out. She moved that throw-in way up, now they move her back. Blocked, Malden gets it back in the middle, Carenti knocks it upfield. Nerek gets around. Down the far side, bumped, knocked away, looking to get it back. Malden gets there first and knocks it out. Klaskell will make a substitution. Couldn't really get a shot off. They kept trying to get around. And when they finally tried to take the shot, Malden blocked it. Klaskell lead 1-0. Malden just can't get anything going offensively. But they're playing well defensively. Patterson broken up, pushes it down the far side. Klaskell trying to get it to center it. And Malden finally breaks it up. They try to get around. They get around one defender, couldn't get around the second one. Klaskell takes it away. Now they throw it out in front. And they wound up with the foot, Papazoglou. But she just tipped it behind her. It was almost shoulder high when she got her foot on it. And just tipped it behind her. And then the shot went wide by Dana. Malden will kick it away. Klaskell controlling. He passed it. Misconnections with Patterson. They get it to the near side. They knock it upfield. Carenti knocks it away. And they pick off the pass. Malden knocks it out. Angeline trying to get it to Dana. Klaskell will make a substitution. Papazoglou took it away. Knocking it back the other way. Patterson looking for it. He got pushed off the play. Bullock knocks it upfield. Malden broke it up, and then Malden, I think is going to get, they knocked it out, but I think they're going to get called for knocking Thurman down. So Classical will get the free kick. I think this is Waterman taking the kick. Line drives it. Malden got a piece of it and knocks it away. They knock it back. It winds up getting knocked out by Classical. So far in the second half, Malden can't even get the ball in the Classical end. They might get a goal or a shot on net. Now they finally do. And broken up by Classical. And they knock it right back. Malden knocks it deep. Classical had a head on it, but they tipped it right to Malden. And I think it's Mannion stepping in and knocking it out of play. This might be the first corner kick coming up. I don't remember them having another one. Coming from the far side. Off the side of the net. And went off Classical. So they'll get to do it again. Again, coming from the far side. It went off a Malden player, but almost looked like a hitter in the back. Then they get a shot from the far side, and they sent it way wide. Shot it right past the net to the far side, off to the right and out of play. Carenti will get to kick it away. That goes off ahead. Classical will get the throw in. Lazo throwing it in. Papazoglu. And it went out off Malden. Lazo. Now this one goes off Papazoglu. Deflected. Knocked away by Malden. Little over-the-shoulder kick by Bullock. That one looked like it was going out of play. She reached over and knocked it back in play. Lazo again will play catch with Papazoglu. And she pushed it ahead, but Malden will knock it out. The throw will come a little bit further down. So we're getting progressively better with the throw-ins. Skip pass. Looked like it might have hit Malden on the hand. They kick it out of play. And Bullock will throw it in. Headed away, back to Bullock. Pops it straight up to the middle. Bounces by everybody. Knock forward, Papazoglu with it. gets by one, takes the shot. It was going to miss. It was going to go by the near post. But Donahue wasn't sure. She dove for it, got a piece of it, knocked it out. Classical will get a corner kick. That was either going to hit the post and bounce out or go off the side of the net and go out. Malden should be kicking it away, but Classical got a break. They get a corner kick. A little bit deep. A couple of Classical bodies went down, and it's knocked out by Malden. Malden pushing it up. Classical broke it up, and Angeline got a piece of it and knocked it away. And Classical knocks it back. Like I said, Malden has trouble getting it past midfield. They did it again, but from long range. And now they have it right at midfield. And Classical knocks it up and out into the Malden bench area. And it goes out off Classical again. Looking for a shot. They get it on net. Flaherty makes the save and goes flat on the ground. Halfway through and counting this second half, still 1-0 Classical. You look at the records of the two teams and you say, it's not supposed to be this close. Malden is keeping themselves in the game, playing defense. They just got one of the very few shots on net that came from long range, and now long range again. Big hop, Flaherty with the easy save. Classical knocks it back, and they knock it back again, looking for a break. Ball gets there first and knocks it out. So, well, they got those two long shots from long range that Flaherty was able to make the save on. Other than that, the ball has been in the Malden end almost the entire half. Just over 18 minutes left in the second half. 1-0 Classical over Malden. I don't want to jinx anybody, but it's amazing that we're now down to this week and next week is the end of the regular seasons. And football playoffs will start on November 5th. And thank God, everything has been going well. School's open, the kids are going full time, even wearing masks, which is the least penalty that they have to absorb, the least difficult time. We can live with that. Schools are still open. All the sports are being played. No games being postponed because of COVID. And we're getting down to the end. Kids are able to play, able to have clubs in school. It's been great. And we still have some of those naysayers. I just saw last night one of the major coaches of a major college basketball team just got terminated because he wouldn't get the vaccine. So I wonder how his family feels making all that money, and you get a very good salary as a major college coach. He's given that up rather than get the vaccine. I just don't know what people are thinking. Everybody gets shots for the flu and the mumps, and people go through horrific incidents with cancer and other major health issues. This is just a quick jab in the arm, and I say that I am the worst in the world. I can't stand needles. I couldn't stand them in the Army when I was in. I couldn't stand it when I went to get the vaccines, the first one and then the second one. But I went to get it because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't responsible for my family or my neighbors or my friends or anybody that I came in contact with to wind up in trouble. I didn't want it to be because of me. Papazoglou knocks it down. Gets by again. Throws it across. Donahue makes another save. Papazoglou has been a going concern. She's got the goal. She's had 4 or 5 other shots on net. Came close a few times. "15 minutes and counting left in this one. Still 1-0. They knock it deep. Papazoglou looking for a break. Walking in again. Try to pull it around. Looking for it. Takes the shot. It got blocked. She didn't take the shot initially. The defense caught up and blocked her. And the ball goes out of play. What a game she's having. And Correnti will get to use her right foot again from the corner, this time from the near side. Papazoglou by herself has more chances than Malden has had. They knock it deep. The header knocks it deeper. And Klasko tries to pop it up to the net. Now they pop it up out in front. It's loose. And they knocked it by the net. People thought it went in the net. They got excited. It bounced around. They got a head on it and missed it to the near side. It just missed. And that was Papazoglou again. She's been a going concern offensively for Glasgow, but it's still only 1-0. And we get whistle. Glasgow throws it in. This game reminds me, I did a voiceover on a football game today, St. Mary's and Bishop Stang. St. Mary's ran 21 plays. Bishop Stang ran 67 plays. St. Mary's won 35-12 because they had long range plays. And this is similar to this. Glasgow has got all kinds of shots on net. They've hit the post a couple of times. They've gone wide, missed. Chances in close. Papazoglou has put it on net 5 or 6 times. And it's only 1-0. And the only couple of shots that Malden has been from long range. That ball bounced up and got Glasgow on the hand. It's been long range, and Flaherty is able to just play it on a hop or two. She hasn't had any difficult chances at all. And yet it's only 1-0. Malden boots it away. Correnti tried to boot it downfield. It got deflected away. Now they knock it upfield. Malden knocks it back. Correnti kicks it away, then they booted it right off Bullock. Dana takes it away and brings it upfield. Pushing it by, and it goes out of play. And it went off Dana. And Malden will make a couple of substitutions. And it gets out again. Knocked away by Bullock. And Glasgow gets a foot on it, but they knock it out off Nerrick. Off Dana. Tipped up. Tipped up again. They were trying to get a shot out and they fanned on it. Now they knock it to the near side. Dana trying to knock it deep. Wilson looking to walk in. They got a piece of Wilson, and she tried to tip it again. She looked like she was going to line up. She could have lined up the shot, but she tried to get a little closer, and they knocked it away. And we're going to get a call on Classical, I think, for contact. Wilson made a nice move off the pass from Dana, got through the first defender, and then had a chance to take a shot from a little, maybe around the 10-yard line, just outside the 10. And she tried to get a little closer, and it was knocked away. And now it gets knocked out by Malden. Glasgow will make a couple of substitutions. Eric broke it up. Glasgow gets it back. Trying to take it down the far side. Knocked out. Malden knocks it away. Dana will track it down. She lost it off her foot. Malden trying to knock it deep. Correnti's there to knock it away. It bounces by everybody. Dana gets it back. Pushing it. Got bumped from behind. And then she winds up off a deflection, kicking it way downfield and out of play. Wilson looking for it. Waterman knocks it deep. Donnie will come out and grab it ahead of Parker. We mentioned before, Classical missing one of their better players, Mateo. Playmaker and scorer. Dana trying to get by. She got sideswiped and knocked down. Thank God she's getting up. Correnti will kick it away. And she put it down. They're going to tell her to move it back. Glasgow got a foot on it, couldn't do anything with it. Now the shot, that's Waterman drilling it high, wide, and off to the left side. So the clock is about to become the enemy for Malden as we're approaching 5 minutes left in this one. Glasgow with a skinny 1-0 lead. Wilson with it. Tries to tip it ahead, broken up. Wilson got a piece of it, deflected away. Malden takes it away. They have no problem getting it over the 50, but then they have trouble keeping it there. And Glasgow finally takes it away. And they knock it to the near side, picked off. Deflected upfield. They tip it back. And stepping in. Glasgow knocks it away. Headed away. Yeah, Glasgow knocks it away again. Popped up. It winds up with Dana. Trying to boot it deep. Malden knocks it back the other way. Off Nerrick. Tipped away. Mannion knocks it out. We're in the final 5 minutes. The clock will now be kept on the field with the officials. Tipped away. Malden gets it back. Carenti knocks it down. Malden trying to keep it in. They do. Deflected. They knock Medeiros down. Now they knock Angelina down. That kick was looking to go to the net. It got deflected, and it just ran over Medeiros. Carenti will kick it away. Popped up. Kept in play by Glasgow. Malden getting it. Bring it down deep. We're going to whistle. And they're going to give it to Glasgow. And I guess they call Malden for contact because Glasgow gets the free kick and they kick it out of play. Malden will make a substitution. Tipping it ahead. Haskell try to knock it deep. Dana with a rush. Gets by. Takes the shot. That was going to go wide. So another break for Glasgow. Donahue dove. That was not going to get in the net. It was going to go off the side of the net. Good rush, good bid by Delaney Dana. And now Carenti, once again, will get a corner kick. With time winding down here. Right out in front of the net, another nice kick by Carenti. But Donnie, who's been very good in net, she made some nice saves. She made a great play there, went up and just picked it and didn't let it get to the net. Carenti knocks it away. Classical knocks it deep. Dana keeps it in with a rush. Takes the shot, wide right. But Classical's got it where they want it, down the Malden end, with time running down. Tipped. Malden knocking it deep. Classical knocks it deeper, and that's going to do it. So Classical will pick up, win Baker's dozen, 13. They'll go 13-0-3. Flaherty gets another shutout. She didn't really have to work for this one. The only shots that Malden got on net were from long range, a couple of bounces that Flaherty made easy saves on. It was in the Malden end most of the time. Classical had corner kicks. They got one good corner kick from Eliza Carenti, and sliding in front was Mia Papazoglou, getting a foot on it and tipping it in the net for the only goal of the game. Papazoglou had a lot of other chances as well, getting a lot of shots on net that Donnie had to make saves on. Delaney Dana had a couple of rushes, shots that just missed. Delaney had to be very active in net. She made some very nice saves for Malden. But Coach Rick Casita has to be very proud of his kids. His team is 3-6. They're playing the team that won his league, undefeated, Classical, and they hold them to a 1-0 game. And I think the last game at Malden was 1-0 as well. Their defense played extremely well. Classical had a lot of chances, but they couldn't get it in net, and when they got it on net, Olivia Donahue made the save. So Flaherty gets another shutout. Papazoglou gets the one goal off the assist, going to Eliza Carenti with the corner kick, and it's going to be 13-0-3 for Lynn Classical, as they still have a long way to go to try and get into the tournament with that record, with their seedings, even though they're undefeated. But they win it 1-0 over Malden. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.